think we've made up for what we have. So the first from this perspective, right? So this is the 1 minute. I believe the sample into is the 1 minute. I think we've made up for what we have. So the first trade we had -5, -5, and -10, and at the end of the day, the second trade we are making the third one. I'll be the fourth one. We have 1.76, and then the third one. So at the end of the day, we made $5.66. So 5.6. All right, welcome to Full Stack EAP, where you learn everything about the gold market, the crypto market, and the foreign exchange market. All right, so we are right now in the gold market, right, and 5 minutes candle. All right, so we are trying to understand what the trend is all about and what is happening in the gold market. All right, so let's look at it from this perspective. All right, so we're going to. It's the 1 minute time frame. So we're gonna have the 1 minute, the 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and the H1, right? So we want to scalp. We want to scalp about 60 pips, okay? 60 pips today. That's what we want to do, all right? So if I would do this, okay, let me zoom in. All right. If I zoom in and we're looking at this from this perspective, right? So this is the 1 minute candle, right? So we are scalping. So we want to understand what happened yesterday. So what happened yesterday, it was actually bullish. So the market was actually bullish yesterday, all right? So let me change this template to live, right? And you're seeing the bullish market. You're seeing the bullish market. So, all right. It has been bullish, right? So right now it's actually moving sideways, but still on the bullish trend. Okay, so we want to scalp, we want to get just 50 pips, and then we are trying to see how we can make this work. All right, so the same playbook for the H1. I believe the same playbook for the H1, the 5 minutes candle, and 15 minutes candle, all of that. But right now we want to scalp. So for you to scalp right now, you need to first of all analyze the trend. And right, so looking at the H1, you have to go to the H1 first. You are seeing that right, excuse me, you're seeing that moving down, it has been bullish, right? So, and then there was more like a retracement down here. Okay, so it turned into somewhat bearish trend, right? And then going down, and here it is trying to recover back. So this is gold trying to recover back. Gold have been bullish for gold is a bullish market, I would say, and retraces, changes character in and what I call it now, the shorter time frames. I would call comparing the H1 to the D1. I would say that H1 is smaller, right? So it has been here and there bullish for the most, especially for the D1 time frame. All right, so this is what it is. It has been bullish on that level. So, but here and there, you have to see retracement. So we are just trying to see how we can capture the market, know what it's doing, and all of that. So we are seeing H1, and that's that. So we are seeing that it's still bullish, and somehow, if you look at it at this point, at the swing high, you are seeing that somewhat, this is a supply zone, a strong supply zone. So here is a resistance here. This you see a resistance going down here, resistance, and then it happened twice. Okay, looking at it from this point, so you're seeing resistance at this point. So there's a reaction here, and then it kind of faked out here, returned back. All right, so you're seeing more like a consolidation, and then it went down. And then afterwards, you see a sideways movement here. And then afterwards, it's kind of repeating the same thing. So if you look at this, you would summarize this by, gauging this, right? So you gauge this with this. You also, because right now, when you're scalping, you're looking for, you're trying to study the market structure, and you are also weighing reputation. So you could see something like this, right? So these are actually where you can look at this and say, all right, I'm gonna trade, all right. So, but if it breaks structure and keeps moving even forward, then you know that the market sentiment have changed. So right now, for us to scalp, we have to study the H1. When we study the H1, looking at this, you are seeing that we will now have to go to the 15 minutes time frame, and you also seeing almost the same thing, all right. So this is this, and this is the 200 moving average. So you are seeing it bouncing off the 200 moving average and then moving even upwards. But for the scalping aspect of it, we are going to zoom out, and then when we zoom out, we are going to look at how many pips are we going to get from this. So right now we are seeing a consolidation from here to here. So we are seeing we're seeing about 115 pips. All right. So for the scalping now, we've already understood that it's 100 pips. So now looking at this, we have to trade, because when you see the similarities happening, you are really sure that this market is going to go, it's going to, look at that right now. So we are seeing that it has its reputation at this point. Right here, we also had here. All right. So you're seeing it is support and resistance. So we're gonna trade this. We're gonna trade. So all we have to do is to get to this. All right. So we're going to expert use the BMT. We're gonna use this BMT. So this is the trading tool we're going to use. Excuse me. We're going to take our take profit as 80, and then our risk to reward ratio right now. So I don't know how you would say that, but it is what it is. So this is what we're going to do, because we want to leave the market quickly and make up, because now you're talking about, scalping, and then scalping requires you to be very much accurate and simplistic in what you approach. So many of you may use different approaches, right? But for now, we're going to use this. All right. So we're going to close immediately. We're going to go for a sell, right? We're going to go for a sell, right? That's it. Boom. We're going to go for a sell. So you see that at the end of the day, our analysis right here. Okay, our analysis right here. You're seeing that from the repetitions, if you would, this is the point of reaction. This place, the real point of reaction. So if you would check this, like, see that. So this is the supply zone here. It's actually, on a lower time frame right now. So excuse me, I live close to the airport, so you would know sometimes planes fly around, right? So don't mind that. So that is what it is. So we know that because of this, so this is the point of reaction for the demand zone right now. So it will bounce off on this line. All right. So we're watching it right now. Okay. So let's see what happens. Remember I said it was actually bullish, right? But now it's going sideways. So let us see what happens. We From this analysis, we know that it will actually, make this work. But the thing now is, you have to make sure you have your stop loss put, right? You have to make sure you have your stop loss put to make sure that you are literally on the right track, so you won't be falling. Because if it doesn't go our way, then it means that we will have to, reanalyze our market and know what is going on, right? So that is what it is. So looking at this, you're seeing that the red point here, which is at 4136.30, you're seeing that this is the the real, what will I call it now? This is where there was you know the resistance to the initial bullish trend, all right? The initial bullish trend. There is a resistance, all right? So it hit a support at looking at this support now goes to this. So we are hopeful that the resistance will definitely be at 436. Right, so it won't even go much further. This is what we think. Right, so watching it, and then when you're trading, you just have to be quite smart. Right, so some people would want to see a bearish trend. So we want to see an engulfing pattern and then a retracement. I think that's what we should have done. But all the same, it's still fine because it will, like, if you look at this, you see that there was no retracement at this point. Right, so there could be a retracement here and then find out. Right, that could be the scenario. Right, okay, so or that could be the scenario. So you're seeing that okay, so now you so some would say you wait for retracement and trade here. That's cool. You wait for retracement and trade, but it don't happen all the time because when it gets to this point, you're seeing there's no retracement here. So it's actually happening differently, right? On this, one side, but we have our stop loss. We have our stop loss, so we are not afraid. So you see that finally is going our way, right? So all right, so we are still on the, in the market. So we are having a floating profit of minus 142, right? Minus $145, right? So, like we were saying, if you want to check what's going on right now, so we are believing that this reputation definitely will happen, a support and resistance, and you are seeing it very much strong. So, um, I'm not yet in profit, but we are seeing a very strong bearish candle, very strong bearish candle trying to more like sweep even the initial bullish candle that we already have. This is the 1 minute time frame right now. So if you go check the 5 minutes time frame, you're actually seeing almost the same thing right here. So this will happen for some time before it either goes bullish or bearish. So right now, like I said, we are, about the time this is excuse me, this is 8:59 GMT, right? Okay, 8:59 GMT, and a lot of things happen during this time, all right? Then the London section, if you would, then when the New York section opens and intersects with the London section, you'll see that there will very much be a different reaction in the market. There is a strong reaction, a different reaction in the market. So this is it. So we have to take advantage of the London section. Many times you see sort of resistance there, and afterwards then you see probably a bullish or a bearish trend as it is based on the analysis, in question, or that is that. So all right, so you are seeing it on a clearer view now for H1. So using the, let's zoom in. So the 5 minutes time frame is, showing us something. All right. So looking at this candle now, we believe it will be bearish going even down, right? So this is what we have calculated based on the analysis we made. And right now we are almost on profit, and then I think it will quickly show us. All right. So that is what it is. Okay. So let's wait for it patiently. All right. The thing hit our stop loss, hit our stop loss, and we are having minus. All right. How many hours? Just take a history. We are seeing minus 50. Okay, 507. So this is the loss we have. So we had, $5, loss. Right. So that is fine. So we need to make the list analysis and we watch. Right, so some of us may double down on this, right? So because looking at this, but now you have to understand that there is also another resistance here. Like when I mean at this point, you are seeing there's another high here, all right? Another high here. So who knows whether it's getting to this high, right? All right, so let me just zoom in. right? So we are seeing, so for okay, I would say that the next trade we'll have to allow it to, consolidate at this point. When it gets to, let's say, 4.4130, right? 0.00, we are going to, you know, definitely go bullish, because since it's in a bullish trend, usually you want to trade the resistance and the support. If you're trading support and resistance, you also have to check the last trend. So the last trend has an upper hand right now. Okay, so if it's a bullish trend that was usually there, before it will finally change character, the consolidations would be much more favorable when you compare it to the last trend. Okay, so that is what we did, and we have to find out. We just learn from this. You learn it every day. So it is what it is. So you find out that that's what it is. So the last trend has an upper fit, in terms of consolidation. So you see the up, all right. So if you look at this, you see that the point of reaction for the bearish was actually 1 and 2. So what you're going to see a lot of consolidation, more like a support to the original trend or the previous trend, much more before it changes, character. So I think we would have waited, right? Because maybe it's just going to get to this point and then continue the trend, I think. All right. Okay, so when we see a retracement here, then definitely we are going to trade this market. All right, so looking at this now, we already seen, we also seen another point of reaction here. So we know that this is a very good point of reaction, right? At this point, right? So we are seeing it get into this place, and it's either it is going to go to this point of reaction right now, this point of reaction here at this point, right? That are going to get to this point, or but like I said, is much more favorable for the original trend, so the previous trend right now. So if you're seeing a consolidation on a bearish market, after a bearish market, right, then it means that you should be trading usually the swing high, and then if you are trading, there was a previous bullish market, I think you should be trading the swing low, right? So looking at this is what we should do. So we have to wait for this to happen. And who knows, it is maybe trying to continue the trend, because right now we are getting to 10 o'clock, or what would I say, 9, at 9:09 GMT. So, sometimes market sentiments change when it's getting towards 12 o'clock, right? So let's watch and see. So it's either it will, give us another, resistance here, because now we want to make up for the loss we traded. Like as we said, we had -5. All right, so we want to be very much cautious this time to say, okay, could it be this going bullish, and just trying to continue the, original trend, which is bullish. From what we're seeing is actually, because if you go to the 15 minutes time frame now, I think it will keep going bullish for it to now probably look at this consolidation right here for the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so probably when it gets to this place, it may change, course, right? And then for the gold, like you see, like we said here, right? So that's that. So you could see consolidations at this very sensitive point. So we want to watch and see what will happen. Well, because sometimes trading is patience, all right? Trading is very much patience. So you can imagine right now that it kept moving even bullishly upward, and then you're seeing this point of reaction. All right, so look at this place. It's normal, having a very strong bullish pull right now, but it could even change character, get into these or highs, right? You don't know, but all you want to do is to make sure that whatever you're doing, you are actually using real data. So Okay, so that's that. So I think it's most likely to be bullish because of looking at this. Yes, we're seeing the swing highs and all of those things. So it could be a repetition to get to this point, right? That could be this, and then to continue the the trend. So you see below the moving average, and then that's that. So I think let's see what happens here. Let's wait for a retracement. If we wait for a little retracement, we may go bullish, right? Looking at this is actually continuing. So I think when we see a little retracement, we will want to go bullish, right? When we see a little retracement, we want to go bullish. So let's see what is happening right now. All right, so let's do an extra analysis. All right, so let's just check using the moving average. All right, so looking at this using the moving average, having extra moving averages, you would see that okay, so it had to go up and then bouncing off this moving average, it keeps going high. So looking at this is the 100 moving average, and this is the 50 moving average, and then this is the 200 moving average. So at the end of the day, for the it is it just bounced off the 100 moving average and the 15 moving average going upward. So um, you just have to be patient. You just have to be patient. So when you are trading patient, so from the H1 now on the bigger picture, we are seeing that um, the real consolidation can actually happen here and then at this point, right? At this point, so it could shoot up to this place, all right, or at this level. So you may want to put your take profit here so that you'll be accurate in terms of proximity. You don't want to go up there, but at the end of the day, you can even push much more higher, especially when you are trading the news, right? When you're trading the news, and then if you imagine you traded at this point, it could be a very strong sniper entry, if you would say, when it gets to this point at 4361.30. All right, so let's go back to the all right. So we're looking for that retracement. The retracement is not really happening. Okay, so when you literally study what is going on in the 1 minute time frame, like zoom out or zoom in rather. So you're seeing okay, up, and the retracement will definitely come. But looking at this now, you're seeing a very strong bullish candle right here. Seeing a very strong bullish candle. Then you're seeing its repetition here. So you see this, you see this. So I tell you, it's going to be bullish, right? It's going to be bullish. So if you look at this retracement here, and then you're seeing the same retracement there. So I think all right. So let's go trading. All right, let's go trading. So we would like to allow it to get to 414.62. We want to do that, right? But we are seeing these candles are actually getting even much stronger. So if you look at the Fed finish time frame, you're seeing that it's actually turning, right? So you see we have a stronger, right? So we're going to go now to buy in this next trade, right? Remember we sold originally, so you're seeing a strong bullish momentum. So we are actually going to buy right now, right? So let's see what happens, because right now it is a bullish market, like I told you. So originally we made a loss of -5, all right, dollars. All right, so right now we are going to go bullish. All right, let's go bullish and let's see what's happening. So normally, yeah, so actually we're going bullish this time. So we are going bullish because we originally we were on the bullish trend, and then there was a retracement. And if you check at the moving average 100, all right, if you If you get the moving average, 100 moving average, trend moving average. Okay, what is moving average? Okay, that's that. So when you go to moving average 100, then you make it exponential. Let's make it exponential, and just let's make it red. Right? Are we making it red? What are we making it red or blue? Orange, right? Let's make it orange. So looking at this, so you're seeing that it is most likely to become bullish, because bouncing off of this. So if you see the trend, a bounce off of this on the 100 level, look at it now, right? So it's actually going even much upward, like bullish, a bounce off of this. So it has been happening for the bearish distance. So market. So right now it just, same happening here. So we were considering initially the short, dilation or the short consolidation right here, and then we had to go for a sell, but it actually broke the structure, moving even upward, this particular structure within this range, and then we are seeing this bullish structure here. So it is more favorable to go on the bullish side. So we're watching this market, and then let's see what happens. All right. All right, we are still observing this, and we are watching carefully. And then okay, so here we are already in profit, right? So we are in, the dollar profit going to 2. And then remember, we're talking about how many pips here? We're talking about 60 pips, right? 60 pips every day. So the initial trade that we had, like I said, was on the minus, I think minus 50, all right? So we're going for the next trade right now. So as to see what it will come of it. All right. So, like we said, it was actually a bullish trend, and then we are following the trend. So, do not fight against the trend, right? So, the logic behind the initial trade was because of the consolidation right here. Okay, but when it broke structure, is it has to, the market has to let us know that, okay, I'm actually going upward, right? And that's what it is. So we're actually following the trend, and then following the trend, I believe you will be fine, right? So it is now trying to have many options, or trying to understand where the market is actually going, right? So, but we have just, you have to be cautious at all of that, all right? So we are watching, and that's why we have a stop loss in case of any issue, all right? Look at this trade, you're going to see that is actually going in a high direction. So reflecting on the history of the trade today, we are, all right, so look at the first trade, we had a -5, and the second trade, we had a -5, and the last trade, we had a -10, and then the fourth trade, I think we had, a +1. Okay, so let's see what happens in this trade. Sometimes, you would have a good day trading, or you will have, some rough times trading, all right? So, but the thing is that looking at our total, free margin, or our total account, we have 455, in as much as the trade went bad, right? So we are still making sure that we are using risk management. And risk management is really important when you are trading. So it's something that you need to be very much careful about. Risk management is so important, right? And then another thing we use here is the BMT. The BMT is actually a spectacular tool, right? So what it does is to help you instantly buy or sell. So if you're going to buy, just with a click, you're going to buy and you're going to sell, and you're also going to manage your risk. So looking at the stop loss here, we have 50 pips and 60 pips. So all you have to do is to set it, right? And then you are seeing gold here, and then you can actually close a trade here instantly and delete. If you're using pending orders, you can actually do a quick delete right here. Right, so that's how this tool works, and this tool is what we have been using. So if you go to the settings, all right, you can say that forex, and then you see the magic number, and then you can see the take profit here, the stop loss, and the, or what will I call it now, the fixed lot size 0.04. And then multiple order now says if you're going to place two orders at the same time, you can act two. So when you hit, the sell, it opens two orders immediately at the same price. So that's what this order does. So right now the multiple order here is one. So when we place a buy, it only opens one trade. Right, so that's how this works. So there's a lot of features. So all you have to do is to check the link below, and then you can see how it works and how it will help you. We have even mobile alerts, notification, and many other features that can help you, risk management features, and then all of those things. So so you can actually adjust this, but what I call it now, the market analysis. And when you are done, you can put it back, and then that's it. Right, so check the link below for that. All right, so looking at this, we are hoping that this gets to our take profit. So it's a proper place for women. So today's market is actually really slow. All right, so gold has been consolidating today. Right, so we'll keep working on it and we'll keep waiting. But currently at this point, we are actually on profit, and I believe this profit will help us over for the loss that was initially made. Right, so we are watching this. All right, so like I said initially, the first trade was at -5. The second trade was at -5, and then -10, and we now had a profit of almost $2. And then believe that this particular trade is going to end in profit. Right, so we are almost closing down. Okay, so we are seeing the literal closure of this, almost, right, almost the closure of this. Okay, we are good to go right here. So finally, as we have it, we are seeing, it's going to, like it's going even much more bullish there. The bullish candle there is actually strong. So I think we've made up for what we have. So the first trade we had -5, -5, and -10, and at the end of the day, the second trade we are making the third one. I mean, the fourth one we have 1.76, and then the third one. So at the end of the day, we made $5.66. So $5.66, that's what we made for today. And then we're going to take a break. I believe by tomorrow, the market will be very much predictable and favorable, right? So this is $5 today. Let's say almost $6, right? And that is that. Okay. Right. If you want to check our signals are quite accurate and good. All right. So you can go to, our link below on the website, and then you get our signal right here. You are seeing that we are growing at 12%, and then we have made a profit of $44 all right. And then if you are trading at this for if you're trading with an initial deposit of $500, but if you're going to trade more than that, we also have another signal. At least this signal requires you to use a minimum of $2,000, all right? So if you're going to trade with this one, fine. So this one is 424%, and then it has been trading since 2024. So you want to trade there, so you can see the profit made. So this has been trading since 2024, and then the stats are all here. You can see the percentage profit November 2024, and then and then see how much it is made this year. You can see by October that was 0.118%. And then you see September, then August 32, and all of those things. So everything is on real time. Okay, so and if you're trading, let's say $1,000, I think I'll recommend this for you. You have to use this. Okay, and then you will see this is 27%, and then almost 30%. So everything is actually live for you to see. So make sure you do your due diligence. All right. So the next time we are going to trade, I believe that the markets will be very much favorable. All right. So see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right. Turn the notification button so that you can get our live updates. You can get any news on the forex exchange market, the foreign exchange market, the gold market, or the crypto market. All right. So see you again.